Humans have always been endlessly fascinated by time itself. We measure its passage, celebrate its milestones, and sometimes, honestly, we wish we could control it or even pause it. This desire to manipulate time has fueled our imagination, leading to countless stories and legends about time travel. But what if time travel wasn't just science fiction? What if we could actually journey through time itself? The possibilities are both exhilarating and, well, a bit terrifying, promising to unravel the very fabric of our reality as we know it. The allure of time travel lies in its potential to fulfill our deepest desires and secret hopes. Imagine witnessing historical events firsthand, righting past wrongs, or getting a glimpse of the future that awaits us. Time travel holds the promise of knowledge, power, and perhaps even a chance to cheat death itself, if only for a moment. But with such power comes great responsibility and even greater risks. The ability to alter the past or influence the future raises profound questions about our place in the universe and the consequences of tampering with the delicate balance of time itself. The pursuit of time travel, therefore, is not just a scientific endeavor, but a philosophical and ethical one as well, challenging our very beliefs. It forces us to confront the nature of reality, the limits of free will, and the very essence of what it means to be human in this vast universe. Imagine stepping into a time machine and traveling to ancient Egypt. The air is thick with the scent of sand and incense, and the sun rises over the horizon, casting golden light on the monumental pyramids. You find yourself surrounded by a world both familiar and utterly alien, where the mysteries of the past come alive before your eyes. You could witness the construction of the pyramids firsthand, marveling at the ingenuity and determination of the workers as they move massive stones with nothing but simple tools and sheer willpower. You might walk among pharaohs and their advisors, observing the rituals and ceremonies that shaped an entire civilization. The glory and grandeur of ancient Egypt, so often reduced to dusty relics and faded hieroglyphs, would unfold in vivid detail, offering a glimpse into a world long gone but never forgotten. Or perhaps your curiosity would pull you forward into the distant future, a time of dazzling technology, interstellar travel, and possibilities beyond our wildest dreams. Imagine standing in a city where skyscrapers touch the clouds, where artificial intelligence and humans coexist seamlessly, and where journeys to other planets are as routine as boarding a train. The future holds wonders we can barely imagine, and time travel would let us witness the birth of innovations that could change the course of humanity. The ability to time travel would open doors to endless possibilities for exploration and discovery. Each era, each moment in history would become accessible, a living museum where you could learn, experience, and grow. The thrill of stepping into the unknown, of seeing the world as it was or as it might become, would be an adventure unlike any other. For historians, the chance to witness pivotal events firsthand would be invaluable. No longer would they rely solely on incomplete records or biased accounts. They could observe the rise and fall of empires, the signing of peace treaties, and the daily lives of ordinary people. This direct access would revolutionize our understanding of the past, providing insights and truths that have been lost to time. Scientists, too, would benefit immensely. Imagine studying extinct species in their natural habitats, watching dinosaurs roam ancient forests, or observing the formation of continents and the eruption of volcanoes as they happened. Astronomers could witness cosmic events that shaped the universe, while biologists could trace the evolution of life itself. The mysteries of our world and beyond could finally be unraveled with clarity never before possible. Time travel could even offer solutions to present-day problems. By learning from past mistakes or observing successful strategies, we could address challenges like climate change, disease, and social conflict with newfound wisdom. The lessons of history would no longer be abstract. They would be living, breathing experiences to guide our decisions. Imagine traveling back in time and preventing ecological disasters before they happen, stopping wars before they ignite, or averting pandemics at their source. The power to intervene could save countless lives and reshape the world for the better. Activists, leaders, and everyday people could work together to create a brighter, more just future by learning directly from the past. Yet the ability to change the past could rewrite history in ways both inspiring and dangerous. Every action, no matter how small, could set off a chain reaction, altering the course of events and the lives of millions. The stories we know could be rewritten, for better or for worse, and the world we return to might be unrecognizable. However, such immense power also comes with significant risks. The temptation to fix mistakes or pursue personal gain could lead to unintended consequences, and the ethical dilemmas of interfering with history would be profound. The slightest alteration to the past could have unforeseen and potentially catastrophic consequences in the present. A single change might ripple outward, affecting everything from global events to individual lives, in ways we could never predict. Even the act of observing the past could inadvertently change it, leading to a butterfly effect that alters the course of history. The mere presence of a time traveler could shift outcomes, creating new realities and erasing old ones. The implications of time travel are vast and complex, challenging our understanding of cause and effect, free will, and the very nature of reality itself. As we dream of rewriting history and witnessing wonders, we must also consider the responsibilities and consequences that come with such extraordinary power. While the idea of time travel is tantalizing, it also presents a host of paradoxes that challenge our understanding of logic and causality. The very concept of moving freely through time, as we do through space, forces us to confront questions that have puzzled philosophers and scientists for generations. What would it truly mean to step outside the flow of time, to visit the past or glimpse the future? The answers are far from simple, and the risks are profound. One of the most famous is the Grandfather Paradox. This thought experiment is a cornerstone of time travel debates, illustrating just how fragile the threads of causality can be. Imagine traveling back in time and accidentally killing your own grandfather before your parent was born. Suddenly, the chain of events that led to your existence is broken. This action would create a paradox, as your existence depends on your grandfather being alive to conceive your parent. If your grandfather dies before your parent is born, how could you have existed to travel back in time in the first place? The logic loops endlessly, with no clear resolution. Such paradoxes raise questions about the stability of timelines and the possibility of altering the past without unraveling the present. If a single action in the past can erase your own existence, what does that say about the nature of reality itself? If we could change the past, wouldn't it create inconsistencies and contradictions that could shatter the fabric of reality? The universe, as we know it, might not be able to withstand such disruptions. The consequences could ripple outward, affecting not just individuals but the entire course of history. Some theories propose that time travel might create branching timelines, where each change in the past spawns a new, parallel universe. In this view, every decision, every action, splits reality into countless possibilities. This multiverse theory suggests that an infinite number of realities exist, each representing a different possible outcome of every event. In one universe, you might never have been born. In another, you might have taken a completely different path in life. The possibilities are endless, and the implications are staggering. However, navigating such a complex web of timelines would be fraught with danger. The more you try to change, the more unpredictable the consequences become. Each step could lead you further from your original reality, making it nearly impossible to return. The slightest misstep could strand a time traveler in a distant past or an unfamiliar future, forever cut off from their original timeline. The sense of isolation and disorientation would be overwhelming as familiar landmarks and faces fade into obscurity. The very act of observing the future could also create self-fulfilling prophecies. By witnessing what is to come, you might inadvertently set in motion the very events you hope to avoid. Imagine traveling to the future and seeing a dystopian world ravaged by climate change. The images of devastation and loss would haunt you, shaping your actions in the present. This knowledge could lead you to make different choices in the present, potentially averting the disastrous future you witnessed. Your actions, inspired by what you saw, might change the course of history for the better. But what if seeing that future was the very thing that set those events in motion in the first place? The paradox deepens, as every attempt to change fate may only serve to fulfill it. In the end, the currents of time remain as mysterious and treacherous as ever, reminding us that some questions may never have simple answers. The interconnectedness of events across time is a concept often illustrated by the butterfly effect. This idea, first popularized by chaos theory, paints a vivid picture. A butterfly flaps its wings in one part of the world, and that tiny movement sets off a chain of events that could eventually lead to a tornado halfway across the globe. It's a poetic way of expressing just how sensitive our universe is to initial conditions, and how even the smallest actions can set off a cascade of consequences that are impossible to predict. This theory suggests that even small, seemingly insignificant actions can have far-reaching consequences, rippling through time to create significant changes, like dominoes toppling one after another, or ripples expanding outward from a single pebble. Every choice and every action can influence the future in ways we may never fully understand. In the context of time travel, the butterfly effect takes on even greater significance. When we imagine moving through time, we're not just observers, we become participants, capable of altering the very fabric of history. The past, present, and future are woven together in a delicate tapestry, and a single thread pulled in the past can unravel patterns far into the future. Even the smallest action taken in the past could have unintended and potentially catastrophic consequences in the future. A gentle touch, a word spoken, or an object moved could set off a chain reaction, changing the course of countless lives and events. Imagine traveling back in time to prevent a tragic accident. The impulse to help, to right a wrong, is deeply human. But what if, by saving one life, you inadvertently alter the fate of many others? On the surface, this seems like a noble act. The satisfaction of making a positive difference is undeniable, and the gratitude of those you help is real. However, the person you saved might have gone on to make a groundbreaking scientific discovery or prevent another, even greater tragedy from occurring. Or, conversely, their survival could unintentionally set off a series of events that lead to unforeseen harm. The web of cause and effect is impossibly complex, and our place within it is both powerful and precarious. The butterfly effect highlights the delicate balance of cause and effect that governs our universe. Every action, no matter how small, is a thread in the intricate web of existence, connecting us all across time and space. It suggests that tampering with the past, even with the best intentions, could have unforeseen and potentially disastrous consequences. The future is not a fixed destination, but a landscape shaped by countless choices, both big and small. This interconnectedness also raises questions about free will. If every action is the result of a previous cause, are we truly the authors of our own stories, or are we simply following a script written by the past? If our actions are predetermined by events in the past, can we truly be said to have control over our own destinies? Or are we bound by invisible threads, our choices shaped by forces beyond our understanding? Or are we simply pawns in a grand cosmic game, our choices merely illusions? The more we learn about the nature of time and causality, the more mysterious our own agency becomes. Time travel, therefore, forces us to grapple with profound philosophical questions about the nature of time, free will, and the interconnectedness of all things. It challenges us to consider not just what we can change, but what we should change, and whether we can ever truly understand the consequences of our actions in the vast, unfolding story of the universe.